The Ebro Laura Rosenberg Show.
Okay, getting close to the weekend. Ebro and Laura and Rosenberg. Laura, you all right over there? What's happening? Uh-oh, technical difficulties.
Laura, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, she's back. She's back. We're going to have special guest, The Dream, today. Another interview. It's been a busy week.
Listen, and we're not done.
Who's tomorrow?
Tomorrow we're supposed to have Lena Waithe join us virtually.
Yes.
And we're supposed to have CC Sabathia.
Oh, that's right.
Get a little
guy.
Little sports talk for a moment tomorrow.
Not only that, but celebrating his jersey induction, right?
Yeah.
Like that just got announced. It's
Yes.
the, what do they call it?
Monument Park. But the T.I. Hey,
T.I. was moving?
T.I. rang off, bro.
I haven't looked at any of the numbers. What are you seeing?
It's been consistently ringing off, getting shared on social media, getting shared by websites. I mean, it's shared by The Breakfast Club.
Yo, this is Ebro Laura Rosenberg Show as featured on The Breakfast Club.
Yo, I mean, a dream come true. Speaking of the dream, to make it to The Breakfast Club.
I mean, it's going down, man. They trying to help us out. They see us out here, a fledgling little show.
That's
you know
right.
What I'm saying? And they're trying to,
just
show
a little,
love.
just a little YouTube show, trying to make it.
You know what I mean? Trying to survive the game.
Yeah.
Which by the way, I'm mocking, but it's true. So thank you.
Wait, why are you mocking?
Well, because I'm teasing, because obviously, we feel like a little bit more than a little fledgling YouTube show trying to make it. We have more of an operation here, but that is what we are. Like, we are, it is a full starting over with a lot of support and thoughts and, and experience, but it doesn't change the fact that it's what's happening.
Now, when you look at the T.I. interview, do you feel like the response we're getting is because he was just currently the most talked about thing, or because we actually did a good job with the interview?
I think it's a combination, and that's okay.
I saw both. I legitimately saw people saying, I've never watched your full show before. This is great.
Yes.
Wow.
And I saw a lot of people. He does have a hive, though. I saw that, too. I wasn't quite aware that T.I. still had a hive like that. I guess the reality show life, because most artists can, when they get to a certain veteran status, they don't necessarily have such an active. He has a very active fan base that was excited to.
And I will say, with this beef that's going on, usually everybody runs to oh my God, 50 this, 50 that. Everybody has rallied around him and his family and are very much this is why we love Tip, because he's a family man. He's a protector. I love the way he articulates his love for his family.
I call him Cliff, personally.
Okay.
But Tip, sure.
And then, so yeah, I saw a lot of that. And I saw people were like, let me go watch this interview.
Yeah.
Because of the clips that were moving around.
And because we talked about King.
Yes.
And King called up. And Ebro wasn't paying attention in that moment, so he ruined my joke. And that was bad tag team work by Ebro. Because I said my line knowing what he would say.
That's right.
But he didn't say it because he wasn't paying attention.
I wasn't.
She said, Tip, blah, blah, blah. And I said, I call him Cliff. And then I know if you were paying attention, you would have said, you absolutely do not call him Cliff. And I would have said, nope, never called him Cliff.
I don't know if that would have been my line.
What do you think you would have said?
My line would have been Ayo.
I call him Cliff? Why is that a pause?
No, because you call him Tip.
No, she calls him Tip. I call him Cliff.
Got it.
Okay, all right.
Like the Cliff
bad
Bar.
joke
Like
all
the
way
Cliff
around.
Bar.
But no, what I was deep in on, and before we came into this, I've been watching this Texas primary conversation.
Oh, okay.
James Tallarico wins, beats Jasmine Crockett for the Democratic nominee down in the Texas primary. But one of the conversations that I'm seeing is how people, TikTok is now the Ellison family. That's Oracle. That algorithm, that whole thing on TikTok is locked into that.
Correct.
So they're suppressing content that doesn't align with their ideals.
Yes.
Now, their ideals are Christian nationalism, white supremacy, pro-Zionism, all that kind of stuff, pro-Trump, MAGA. That is the people who run TikTok. That is their alignment. So then a lot of people are like, my content's getting suppressed about talking even about the success of the Democrats in the primary in Texas, because the institution that is Republicans, Texas, MAGA, doesn't want the country to know how many people came out in support of James Tallarico and turning Texas into a blue state.
Well, and I guess who came out for Crockett, because it's the total.
Yes.
Of what
she got 1 million and something votes. She got 1 million, he only beat her by like 100,000 votes.
Right.
But 2 million plus came out
for the Democratic primary. And they don't want to talk about that.
They don't want that to be the convo.
Of course not.
And so people are also jumping on Instagram and noticing that their content is not being shared. So now, and this is important, with the Paramount Plus and the Warner Brothers of it all, basically institutional media is under the control of conservative Christian white nationalists.
Yes. A lot of it, sure.
What is it? NBC maybe?
Because you can't even really
NBC
trust
Universal?
Meta anymore.
You say it again?
You never could.
You can't even trust Meta anymore.
Well, that was going to be my next line. Then you have the Zuckerberg of it all, who's got to, play the game.
Then you got Musk.
Then you got, that's Twitter.
Yeah.
Gone.
But that was
That's
still a
been
thing.
gone. Yeah.
So you have this YouTube thing that seems still pretty agnostic, right? Like it doesn't feel like content gets suppressed.
No, they have all kinds of. They're showing it all.
Right.
It seems like.
It seems like. So anyway, that's what I was deep down the rabbit hole on. I'm really trying to wrap my brain around, if you are trying to tell a story, a mainstream news story about the political climate, where are you going? Because ABC is Disney. And remember, they already went after Kim. They were able to get to Kimmel inside ABC. But the FCC was.
That is interesting, though, right? Because Kimmel came back with a vengeance.
That's right.
He's back and he's talking full on that ish.
That's right.
So on some level, Disney, I guess, stepped up on some level to saying we're okay with this.
Yes.
Because he's going hard.
Yeah.
How long is it going to last, though?
I don't know.
Well, this is all gearing up.
Disney, listen, these companies can fight if they want. The problem was the first ones that started folding really set it up for everybody to have to fold.
Well, no, I think what happened first was people played the game. They went up, they did the dance. They did the dance. They showed up to the White House.
Hey, we're all here.
We're here, man. Here's $1 million. Here's a couple of million. You want to build a ballroom? All right, cool. Here's some money.
Oh, yeah, nice drapes.
Listen, money. I'm here. I'm giving you gold bars. I'm at award ceremonies.
Yeah, we're fine.
Everybody's dancing. So everybody did that to preempt the kind of like negative blowback from the White House attacks to protect their stock price. Because that's what it was for.
Stock price, got it.
It was all of this is for stock price, right? And so now the question is, as we get close to midterms, the fight is on to shape the narrative. Who's going to be able to control the megaphones? Because if we get to November and we're able to effectively take Congress back as people who are like, this White House is out of hand, that's when you start to see the House of Cards fall. Mm-hmm. Because people keep going, where are the Democrats? Where's Congress? Where's this? Where's that? You're also seeing, I'm sure on your algorithm, you guys were seeing Republicans attacking the Trump administration for their decision on Iran.
Yeah.
And being dragged into Iran by Israel.
And I will say, I don't see it as much as I used to. Like in the past month, it's slowed down. I have to look for it, or if somebody sends it to me, but I don't see it anymore.
That is possible, too.
I don't see it.
But they're not happy. It's not being well received. So
no. But I'm watching all this. I feel like, I don't think it's hyperbole, man, when people are talking about the democracy being over, man. I don't think it's hyperbole. I don't think it's hyperbole to be discussing what's going on in the United States of America right now as not a significant shift to the way not only we're perceived abroad, but how a generation growing up right now actually perceives the United States. Mm-hmm. That's not being overstated in any way, shape, or form.
No, there was a time, 2016, 2017, when it felt like there were moments where all of us were like being slightly hysterical about the whole thing. And everything has happened. Everything is basically, the only thing that didn't happen that I didn't have on my bingo card really was, of course, the pandemic, followed by then Biden winning. Because I just assumed Biden wouldn't have won. And it would have kept rolling from the last one. Mm-hmm. But then what I also didn't have at the bingo card was Biden would win. We'd all think, oh my God, we like sort of defeated it. And that he'd come back 4 years later. Right. And that's even more dangerous. I think, how do you think about this take? I think we would have been better off in the long run. I'm not talking about the COVID part. Mm-hmm. Although I don't know how, in the end, how different Trump would have been, because Trump was kind of vaccine friendly by that point.
Yeah, because remember, he went and got vaxxed.
He got vaxxed and was like...
Even though he told you to drink bleach before that.
He was trying to appease the anti-vaxxers while he was kind of like, Operation Warp Speed. I'm removing the COVID thing because it's complicated. But I feel that minus COVID, we might have been better off having Trump's terms back-to-back than what we got. Because I think the 4 years between has made them more dangerous. I think it allowed them more time to figure out how to put things in place.
I don't think we would have recovered from COVID as fast.
That's why you can't really remove the COVID part, I suppose, right? Because that would have made...
And I don't think COVID happens without Trump in 2016. If Trump's not there in 2016, it doesn't happen. They had an office of people who dealt with this sort of thing. Because remember, the president of the United States and many of these people in Congress, they don't know stuff. They don't know everything.
No.
They are not professionals in every... The president of the United States often isn't a professional at anything other than politics.
He doesn't know. Trump doesn't know about anything.
No, I'm saying...
And most don't.
I'm saying presidents in general are not like this end-all, be-all, know-it-all. No. They have people who are specialists advising them. They have a staff of 1,400 people or some crazy number. And remember, in the first term, Trump could not fill positions. Mm-hmm. Or just completely shut down offices of people who could be like, sir, we have a problem. This is what we need to do. There is a country in China, or there's a city in China that is 8 million people in it. They've shut it down. We need to do something. Matter of fact, we need to work with them to get as much information as we can. Not blame them, not create an adversarial relationship, not talk to not talk to scientists.
Right.
Or think we somehow live on an island and we're untouchable by ourselves. That's the most dangerous thing that's happening right now. Mm-hmm. China is actively supporting Iran and nobody's talking about it.
Bro, that's so scary.
China flew 19 planes into Iran, turned off their transponders, and delivered weapons to them 2 nights ago.
So what you're saying is that hints at that world war could be on the table.
No. This is active, bro. This is not a game. You guys effed around, played around, and elected a madman and his idiot white supremacist friends to run a country and think you could run around the globe and bully people. They are not playing. Iran is not playing. Sorry.
And they played the first time. The first time they did the dance.
Yeah.
You went in, you blew things up. They didn't really fight back. They kind of sent some half-ass missiles that they knew would get intercepted. And now they're not doing that.
Because you know why? At the end of the day, you know why? What people really want? I firmly believe this. They want to take care of their country economically, have a prosperous country, get people jobs and do stuff, and go on about their business. They want to sell their little oil. And they don't want to be told what they can and can't do.
Right. And yeah, they may be doing nasty things, but guess what? So are all the people telling them that they shouldn't be doing it. So you put a gun to their head and said, you guys can't have guns. That's the one rule. The U.S. has normalized that they tell Iran, you're not allowed to have nukes. Mm-hmm. What? But listen, I'm not saying it's great for Iran to have nukes, but how can you tell them not to when everyone else does? You have it. China has it. The Russians have it.
Israel has it and lies about it.
So how are you supposed to tell them not to? That's the only recourse they would have to try to have a deterrent. So this wouldn't happen. And now you're showing them exactly why they need it.
Well, and run by idiots. Like, we have crossed Cash Patel, bro, leading the FBI. What are we saying?
Well, and remember, Laura, we're not even in this with Iran if we would have left them alone 60 years ago. It's not even happening.
Well, but what if we just left them alone from 2018?
Well, remember Obama did a bad deal. So and nobody's really talking about that. Trump tore up the deal that Obama had. You know what? Matter of fact, Rasan, this guy does good explaining. I don't know if you guys follow him. He calls himself Sully.
Okay.
Have you seen this guy?
I trust anyone named Sully.
Well, no, where he stacks the cups up and he explains how things work. And he does it pretty much in layman's terms.
Okay.
It's called the Iran nuclear deal debacle. Let's see this video.
America, we're going nuclear today. We're going to go back in time to the year 2015
Coach
to
Sully.
examine the Iranian nuclear stockpile. This is a display of the 10,000 kilograms of uranium 3.5% that Iran had in 2015. That is the uranium that is used in nuclear reactors by all countries around the world. But at the same time, they had significantly enriched it. In the green cups, 20% enriched uranium, they had 370 kilograms of that. And then something extraordinary happened that hadn't happened in over 60 years, where the mullahs of Iran finally decided to engage with the West, and a deal was struck. And the deal was simple. You denuclearize, we will remove sanctions. Now, you got to fast forward to 2018 under Donald Trump, and after tens of thousands of easily verifiable inspections by the International Nuclear Committee, by tens of thousands of inspections from our allies, as many as 10 SNAP inspections per day, and over 3,000 inspections in 2018 alone, Iran was down to 300 kilograms of the 3.5% uranium, and they eliminated their 20%. Against the advice of his national security advisor, who told him about all the nuclear reports, against the advice of all our allies who told them about all of the inspections, he canceled the deal. Because not only did he cancel it, he sanctioned them. Now, they have 215 kilograms of 3.5% uranium. They have 278 kilograms of the 20% uranium. And unbelievably, they now have 409 kilograms of 60% enriched uranium
On the way to nukes.
on their way to the 90%, which is nuclear warhead.
So in layman's terms, you have a country that has the ability to do something. You strike a deal with them. You may not like the terms of the deal. I don't know any deal that everybody likes all the terms of. But you kind of keep controls on what was going on in Iran. Fast forward to now, and it makes me think, with Trump saying, oh, Israel didn't drag us into this, this was your plan all along. You tore up the deal in 2018 so that we could get to this point so you could say they're on their way to making nuclear warheads. Why? Because Netanyahu's been saying that since the 90s. They're 2 weeks away. They're 2 weeks away. That's why you tore up the deal in 2018. So that now you could get to this point and go, look, they're weeks away from it.
But why? But why do you want to do that?
Why? Because they want to expand Israel, bro. They want to take out Iran and control that space and expand Israel. They've been openly talking about it. You haven't seen the videos of Netanyahu and all the people in Israel that are the crazy right-wingers talking about this destiny to expand Israel's borders?
All the way to Iran? Like,
yes, they want to take like southern Iran. They want to take Syria. Syria is a disaster right now, bro. After who went in there? The United States.
But we install stability.
No. You know who they put in charge of Syria? A guy that was on like the terrorist list 10 years ago. Now he's all good with the Republicans and he's the head of the whole thing.
Congratulations. You played
You guys got, listen, it's a lot going on, bro. And I'm telling you, we have played ourselves. We're in a bad, bad way. I can't even understate it.
I don't know what to do though. If I'm like, I got to tell you guys, I don't feel great about being in the city right now. I really don't. This isn't where you want to be, is it? If we're being honest, is this where you want to be? In America right now. I live on the Upper West Side. I want to live in Jewtown in New York City right now. Is that really where I want to be? A Jew in Jewtown. The name of my biography. I don't want to. What am I doing? I need to get off this damn island and live on land.
That is a good name of biography.
What, a Jew in Jewtown? But like, seriously, don't.
But anyway, I just share that.
You're freaking me out. You can't now just go in anyway. Everyone's shook now.
No, you should be. No, but you should be so that at some point you have a conversation with your friends, neighbors, whatever, and tell them to stop playing around and electing bozos. I don't believe most of the world, the same way, look, I don't know if you guys pay attention, but I look at Israel as a nation of people, just like America, who doesn't like their leadership and was trying to put them in jail.
Well, half of them.
Half.
Which is America.
It's just like America. And I believe most of the world knows that we're trying to figure out how to get these people in jail.
Right.
And maybe that's me trying to make myself feel better.
You're making my stomach hurt.
So, guys, you can't ignore it. It's a disaster.
And I will say, yesterday I had lunch with a friend of mine who's an organizer, and she said to me, I don't think we're going to have midterms.
A lot of people think that.
Straight up.
Yeah, a lot of
she
people
was like,
think that.
it's not going to happen. And I'm like,
Well,
It can't be.
Here's the
Like, it
perfect.
can.
But here's the perfect setup. Because we thought it would maybe come from the protesting. We thought it would come from Minneapolis. That got wrapped up for right now. The ICE thing is calmed for a moment, at least for those of us who are privileged enough to not have it affect our daily lives. However, God forbid, a terrorist attack.
Oh man.
If there were a terrorist attack and then the U.S. will go, hellfire and brimstone to the rest of the world, well, now we can't have people outside. Now we can't. We're going to change. Then you go the Netanyahu route. Because, Trump could be talking to Netanyahu like, wait, how do you stay in power forever?
Right.
Yeah.
I just stay in war.
October 7th.
Yeah, October 7th is how I stay in power forever. And Trump goes, oh, we need to have an October 7th. I mean, I know there are some people out there who probably believe that the idea is impossible, that leadership would do that to a place where they'd say, hey, I'm okay with something terrible happening because it will empower me more. But I'm sorry. I historically don't believe that. I'm not even just talking about Trump. In general.
Yeah, nothing is
all of this stuff
impossible
is
anymore.
possible.
You have to believe. Well, I will say this. According to, and I just looked at it again, I read this article, the Trump administration has no legal authority to invoke national security and take over elections. And I've heard this in multiple places. The problem is legal authority. What world are we operating in where people are following laws?
Well, isn't he supposed to talk to Congress about going to war also?
I swear, there's a woman who listens to us. Her and her husband. I see them at Alvin Ailey, and they love our show. They're very appreciative of us, and they even support this new platform. They used to listen to us when we were on Hot, they've come to me, love the show, love what you guys talk about, love what you stand for, blah 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 blah. She's a judge, and so I saw her the other day, and I said, "What are you guys gonna do after we figure out how to get out of this as a democracy?" Because the judicial branch and the legislative branch has no enforcement arm.
No. Only the feds do.
Only the executive branch has an enforcement arm. So they found a gray area, a loophole, a weak point, whatever you want to call it, in the entire democracy, where if you cannot enforce the laws, this whole gentleman's handshake of like how our democracy works, it's not cutting it, bro.
No, we have people who don't care about it anymore.
So now you're hoping the military folks are like, listen, our job is to protect the Constitution, but they're waiting for orders. Last we heard this week, the people giving them orders think we're in a religious war. So we got work to do, people, and y'all non-voters out there gotta stop acting like it's all the same. You're gonna see it's very different, unfortunately.
Very, very,
Very.
It's very different, man. There's people who respect the democracy, and there's people who disrespect.
But that's the thing that makes this so different than any other time, and that's why I get frustrated when anyone compares any other time. We could go through all of them: Bush and Clinton. Bush and Gore, second Bush and Gore, all of these people, I could play Ashani cultures. They're kind of all the same game. I can play. They're not, but I can play the game with you. Because at least they were like, well, we do all line up by the Constitution.
That's right.
That's over. Now it's the side that believes in the Constitution, in other words, America, what the paper is, America, and people who no, I don't believe in that. I believe that America is worship of Donald Trump. That's what America is. There is no Constitution. There is no law that governs people.
Or worship, even if it's not him, of what he's representing on behalf of, right? Because I still firmly believe all of that.
Running roughshod over everyone, letting the rich run this country, with no sort of
corporations, all of it, no checks and balances.
Yo, guys, once they said that they want the AI to be able to kill on its own, I just went, oh, now I get how you get into the religious part of Antichrist talk. Now I get Antichrist talk. They want to let machines kill people without anyone control. So, okay, I guess this is what we're dealing with. But it's all the same. It's all the same.
It's so not all the same.
And you will run into like nice civil people who will be like, oh, everything's fine.
Yeah,
it's politics, but it'll work out. It's America. No, bro.
Well, and I don't even understand how people could say that when you saw people storm the Capitol.
Not a big deal.
Violently.
No.
Right? Something did happen after that. Some people went to jail. and then someone was elected and got all of those people out of jail.
Yes. And those people received money.
And the people who got them out of jail or supported them in their storming of the Capitol were the wife of a Supreme Court justice, the family of the president, senators and judges, firemen, teachers.
All right, so I am being serious. I'm legitimately stressed out now. How do we calm this down on our way to bring?
Well, the dream's coming up.
The dream's coming up.
The dream's coming up, and in between there, the original gurus can step in. Will that help you feel better?
We're gonna try.
Well, here we go.
Hey, yo, it's time for the gurus. Rosenberg. Laura, you know you are a beautiful queen. Ebro, don't ever play yourself. You're not a guru.
All right. The original gurus at gmail.com. The original gurus at gmail.com. Where the gurus unite to shine the light. Ebro, you're going to have to burn extra sage, please.
Sorry.
Yeah, no.
And give me a tongue.
That's not burning sage. Okay?
All right, Rosenberg. Who's out there? Who needs it?
Zen.
The original gurus at gmail.com. The original gurus at gmail.com. Your destination for clarity. Good morning, longtime listeners. Super proud of you guys for going indie. It's a breath of fresh air. Now for the tea. I was in a relationship with a longtime friend. It took us years to even start dating because it never seemed like the right time. We finally got together, and she informed me that the roommate she's been living with is her ex-boyfriend.
Ugh.
She told me they're just roommates because they can't afford rent here in good old California. And they both have children from previous relationships, and their children have their own space. They're both in relationships. He's dating someone else, and they don't view each other like that. But after meeting the dude, I don't believe that. At first, we always spent time at my place because I was uncomfortable even going over there, and I tried to be understanding because I have genuine feelings for her. I told her this wasn't something I was comfortable with because he's paying most of the rent and she handles the bills and food. Lately, he's been acting funny, doing little petty stuff like being extra messy and disrespectful. I finally told her that I'm not going to just watch this cat disrespectful behavior in silence, but she told me not to say anything because she has nowhere else to go with her child, and I only have a one-bedroom apartment, or I'd say live with me. Am I tripping for ending things? She's begging me for another chance, but I just think it's a messy situation I want no part of. Should I give her the benefit of the doubt or keep it pushing? Asking the gurus for their expert opinion. I will weigh in on the snowflake side of things. If you really like this girl a lot, like you guys, how long they been dating for? It took us years to even start dating, but she didn't say how long they've been dating. No. If you've known each other for years and you've been fond of her the whole time, now y'all are finally dating. And this is a weird and uncomfortable situation. I think if you care for her, you get on the same page about this not being ideal and working towards it ending. I don't think you just burn it down. Not for me. Unless something's happening where, like, you're being incredibly disrespected. She's being, like, sounds like she's having roommate problems with the guy she used to date, and you don't like that.
And I understand why he doesn't like that.
So do I.
I don't want to walk into that mess either.
But is that a reason if you like are into someone not be with them?
But isn't that on you opted to get into the scenario? Mm-hmm. That says to me you didn't do enough research before you decided to make this a part of your life. Why are you blaming her, for something she's trying to get out of? You didn't give her enough time in between. You jumped right in. That's on you, my guy.
Listen, I don't like it, but I hear you, Rosenberg, and I feel like, to your point, if he really likes her and she's on the same page where she's like, look, this is strictly financial.
And it's not good. I don't want it to continue.
Yes. Let's create a plan so you can get out.
And
if she's like, yeah, let's work towards it. Help me, help myself.
Now, listen, if the relationship's brand new and you're like, this just ain't worth all the drama, I got no problem with that.
Sure.
But they've known each other mad long.
But that's what I'm saying. But you've known each other for a long time, and if you're really into the girl.
Dog, he been plotting, planning. You've been laying in the tall grass waiting for her thing to fall apart. And now you get your shot and you mad that she hasn't wrapped up her other thing because you didn't give it enough time. That's on you.
And she has a kid, which makes it real life. And you don't have another opportunity for her. Yeah. If you had said, hey, you know what? I'm going to go find a new 2-bedroom place and we'll figure it out. Give her an option. But if she doesn't have an option, life is real, bro. If you like her, see if you can make it work.
I'm hitting the writer with a button.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
I respect it.
Me too. But I do think that if it's worth it, work towards, stick to a plan. And if that plan begins to derail at one point and you don't feel like she's really, truly working towards, getting out of that situation, then you'll realize that this.
Hit her with the, yo, ma, I'm here for you. I really enjoy this. let me know when you wrap that thing up over there. And if you need help, I got your back. But you got to wrap that up.
You could do that too. You could say, hey, I'm not ready for this to be like a full-time serious thing till that's wrapped up. For now, I'm your friend.
But you should have said that before, which is why I'm hitting you with the button.
Because you knew what time it was this whole time.
So figure
my button.
Congratulations, you played
So we're saying congratulations, you played yourself.
Yes.
If you really like her, stay with her. If not, walk away. So say the gurus. Some version of it.
And I don't have an outro, but we do have
Wait, what?
the Dream. Give it up for the Dream one time stepping in the room. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? What's up, my guy? Yo, listen, man. The Dream just stepped in. He's rich. He's trying to rob me already, man. It's crazy.
Well, it's crazy to see the Dream admiring things on Ebro and saying like, "Oh, Ebro has money." I'll tell you who has money.
What?
The MF and Dream.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
We're counting wallet. We're looking in the wallet early today.
Yo, look at his wrist and rings. I was
Nah,
like,
it's
Not a lot
I saw
going
the
on.
sparkles. Like, that's pretty nice.
Well, but the illest part is
you know.
hard work. The hard work that went into it, bro.
Hello.
Let's talk about it. The hard work that went into it. Not only just being an artist, but just being a songwriter, and the amount of love and attention you give to other artists.
Yes.
Not everybody's capable of receiving it, and you're not giving it to everyone. But Beyonce, Rihanna, and many others have been on the receiving end of your great songwriting and ideas and arrangements and things like that. Would love to hear where you're at today, because I think you're also about to become an artist again.
Oh man, By the way, this has a lot to do with you.
Really?
Every time I see Ebro, every time.
Bring your mic a little closer, if you don't mind.
Where's that album?
Yeah, that's true.
Where's the album?
I called him last August. What are you doing?
Yeah,
I heard he was in the Hamptons. I was like, why you in the Hamptons?
You were like,
Where's my album?
Aren't you supposed to be working?
Yeah,
That
you're
you called
supposed to be
him?
delivering me an album.
Why aren't you
He
working?
was calling me like an A&R for real. Like, hey, yo, so what date we going with? And I'm like, what date are you talking about? He's like, what you doing in the Hamptons? Oh, I know who you with.
Yeah.
I know what you doing.
Yeah.
I was like, well, you know, they got me trapped in the basement.
Oh, so you were working out there?
Oh,
You're
absolutely.
putting in that work.
I don't go anywhere. I don't know. I know the narratives be crazy. You see me somewhere, anywhere. My wife's here somewhere. I'm working.
Yeah.
I can't take a vacation without working. It's the same. I just have to write. It has to be some type of art behind it. I don't care what it is. I have to work. I cannot relax. I try to. Golf course, yes.
Oh, that's your thing now?
You're big on the golf now.
Avid. No.
Ben.
No, I was the one.
You.
I'm the reason why they out here.
No, hold on. This is big talk.
Let's get this
Hold on. This is big talk. This is big talk,
Let's
Dream.
get this straight right now.
How long you been golfing?
2001.
Whoa,
That's good. That's a good
crushing
number.
any.
That's a good number.
But the reason why this industry now is on this, man, I've started this. Nobody wanted to come out.
Oh, one's
like,
early, bro.
Man, it's like,
Yeah,
nobody-
that's really early.
It's like, no, we're not coming out and play no golf, man. Golf is silly. It's like, all right, cool. Excuse to go wear your good polo again, but all right, cool.
Now, are you how? So that's a long time. How good are you?
My handicap right now is at about 9, which
That's
is really
very good.
Yes,
That's really good.
spectacular. Once you
That's-
get those clubs, how you need to get those clubs.
Yeah.
You know, you dial in. It's usually trash though when, as soon as B calls, it's trash.
What do you mean?
Cause
Oh, because you're rap. Now you got to
working.
work. Now you got to work.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of which, we didn't take a moment to celebrate together, you and I. I think we should congratulate ourselves on Cowboy Carter album of the year.
We should.
You know, great job. Both of us. You know what I mean?
But do you know the story? You know your man did a whole podcast.
Yeah, I reached out to him.
Oh, you did? Oh, y'all talk.
Yeah,
Oh, y'all
he didn't
talk.
want to.
Okay.
He didn't want to talk. Well, I'm gonna get him today though.
That's the part.
He didn't want to tell stories then.
Really?
Oh, I hit him. Yeah, he was like, I don't want to tell stories right now.
But he's
Stop.
here now.
Yo,
But wait, hang on. Before you start telling
he hit me
stories,
he hit me on IG. I was like, now you know.
I was like, come on, bro. I'm telling the story of Cowboy Carter. I want to get into this thing. 'Cause I knew it was going to win album of the year because it was the best damn album. Did you just drink cologne at the table, sir?
that's not cologne.
Not cologne.
Oh, I really thought it was.
No, it's Louis VIII.
It's a re-
I don't know.
Or 13th, excuse me. 13th.
But the 8th was good, too. The 13th, he did more, though, I think.
Thought it was another thing he was about to say. I was like, Louis VIII.
No, it's 13. I don't know where I got
Must
8
have put
from.
some shit in here.
No, but Dream.
Where the other? What?
Wait, how much?
I'm missing a
other
few
5
numbers, yeah.
No, but really, that album was just special, bro. I mean, obviously, you've done amazing stuff with Beyonce in the past.
Yeah.
Were you on? How many records were you on this one?
I want to say maybe like 13 or so.
So almost the whole thing, more than half the album.
Yeah, it's probably actually more than that, but I don't. My whole thing is to make sure my sister has exactly what she needs, no matter whether I do 100% of a song, correct another piece, and we just we synchronized in that type of way when it comes to making records. And it's not even something that we have to say. It's just a look. I'm gonna play this thing. I know what to do with it.
So someone else has written this record. She plays it for you. What do you think? And then you're just helping, even if it's not one of your records, you're just helping tighten it up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think
the other way too, where she comes in with her ideas, where she done chopped up a few things.
Oh, absolutely. No, it more so works that way. I try to take the artist part seriously because I know how I am as an artist. And so she usually takes the lead on how she wants a thing to be. And so if she tells me, yo, I'm trying to go this way, that's the way we're going. Now, the thing about going that way, we're just trying to get the best and greatest thing that we can get going that way. I don't care what genre it is and what works for her. And she's really smart and definitely, well, we know she, B is.
That's Beyonce. I mean,
yeah, it's not just the, pretty face on the thing. Like, no, she's intensely Virgo.
Right.
We work, man. Like it don't stop. She's gonna work and outwork you. Stay there all morning, wait for you to get back. Yeah.
Well, and I have to imagine in the Cowboy Carter, you hear obviously the blues. You hear, and people want to call it country or they want to call, but it's blues, R&B, black music, pop music, all bundled together.
Yeah.
And I have to imagine even on where she's going next with this third installment.
You mean the rock album, what they're saying?
Well, they calling it Americana.
Americana.
That's or something. Look, he drinking.
No, he's got. Yeah, I play. Yeah.
The way he won't even look at us.
I talked to another producer.
Okay.
Who said he did things. The things have been happening. He did things.
I wasn't even looking at the lights. I wasn't, drink. I wasn't even gonna say nothing controversial. I was just gonna point to y'all's collaboration and your skill set as what people would term as an R&B writer, but it's rooted in soul and blues.
Right.
So when it dovetails into R&B, gospel, blues, rock, whatever genre, it still all fits.
You're just talking about production.
Exactly.
At that point.
Right.
You can take Umbrella and it turn into a country song.
Mm-hmm.
Just talking about, oh, cool, put the acoustic on it, and this is how we're going to do it. And the greatest records are written that way. The greatest records can go from one genre to the next. You've heard them. You've been in the club.
You just change the instrument.
Where you're in that club where it's and they come on with a Whitney Houston record, and you're like, oh, that is not even how I'll Always Love You even goes.
Right.
But it works for this. That's all production. And so for me, knowing that in the beginning, the part is to write the best song, regardless of what the production is. So that record actually that was on, can't be giving up all my things here. That record that was on something in 2014 actually works today in a different genre.
That's right.
You're just changing out the production to it.
Right.
The song is still the song.
What were your favorite songs on Cowboy Carter though? Because it really is. I mean,
my favorite one was the tribute that I wanted to do to what's my guy's name? I don't know. My mind just went blank because it's not even a record that I did anything on.
Really,
it's a record called Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I just lost my whole sense of
I'm gonna go to who sampled because I don't know the answer. You're talking about the song "Oh Louisiana" on the album.
Absolutely. That's actually one of my favorite things. Something I had nothing to do with, but I felt like showing the world where it actually came from.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that for me.
Chuck Berry
did
"Oh Louisiana." Yeah.
Chuck Berry, man, was everything you just talked about.
That's right.
And so for me knowing that, then that makes it my duty. Regardless, I don't need to put my name on it. I don't need to say I did it. I said, man, B, I think this is a great idea. And she was like, absolutely it is. On spot. We ain't touch nothing. Just play it. And that's why it was there. And
Because it helps bundle up the story she was trying to tell.
Well, the
No.
Louisiana party is such a part of her story too.
yeah,
Right.
but it's
Yeah,
bigger
yeah.
than that. It's not about her story at that point. It's our story.
Well, no, I meant the album is the album. I received the album as our story.
I understand.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, it's just bigger than even that.
Yeah.
It's bigger. It's big to let you know at this platform where it all comes from.
Right.
This is what you just said.
That's right.
So that was the whole point of put this here. Whether it was on the album or off the album, nobody else probably would have known. And probably till I'm here right now, people are thinking about it. Like, I was wondering why that piece was on this album. There's no B vocal on it. There's nothing production-wise that's been changed. Why is it there? It's a tribute to where those things came from.
The building blocks.
Yeah.
Yo, did you do Bodyguard or no?
What you mean?
The song Bodyguard on the album.
Oh, yeah, I did do a part of that.
Bro.
I was just like,
It's probably one of my favorite songs on the album.
And it's funny because for as much as people talk about the album being a country album, whatever, Bodyguard to me is straight up yacht rock. Like that's just a random yacht rock joint on the album. You know what I'm saying? Am I wrong? That's how it feels, right?
oh, my God.
Like that could have been a Kenny Loggins record, just drops in the middle of the album. Like
Simply Red.
or it's right.
Simply Red.
It's just, and so it's funny when people tried to label the album. I'm like, I understood now why at the beginning when she said that it's not a country album, it's a Beyonce album.
Yep.
I thought she was stunting when she said that. No, that's really what it is.
Well,
though. It's an
remember we talked about
all-encompassing
that.
Shout out to Raphael Sadiq, who brought that record in.
Bodyguard.
Yes.
That's Raphael Sadiq.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank
He's
you,
another
sir.
one that knows
Yes.
that blues
Thank
and
you.
that R&B and the soul, how it
Hey,
goes
man.
together.
Hey, man.
So y'all ever in the room in situations like this? Will you and Sadiq and others be in the studio at the same time,
Absolutely.
like all collaborating on this stuff?
I'm usually just there like the doorknob, like just always.
Oh, so you're gonna be there when other people are around. You're gonna be around.
Me and B gonna go to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so,
Well, congrats, bro. Album of the
Thank
year,
you. I
man.
appreciate
That's pretty
it.
freaking
Sorry,
cool.
ain't take it.
Yeah, no.
I
Please.
could
but
talk about it.
I
then.
was
It
going to
a
go
little-
back to that.
okay.
I was going to go back to that. Rosenberg
great.
reaches out and you don't want to talk, but is it because you don't want to talk about the album? You don't want to talk about what the album means? You need to let things play out so that you're not preempting a story or...
I know that what I say has a certain power,
Yeah,
and I never want to get in front of the artist that's presenting the things that they're presenting.
right.
And I know he's calling out of love. I know why he's calling, but people aren't going to take it that way.
Right.
And B wouldn't care, but I do.
Right.
So I'm like, until she's had enough time, if she wanted to say something. So since she ain't saying nothing now, let me tell you how.
Okay.
I just like to give people, especially artists, their time to say their piece.
Yeah.
And
That makes sense.
and so yeah, now I get to talk just a little bit, but not.
But you also get to now get us back into the dream as an artist bag.
Yeah, man, I get to get out the house.
When is this album dropping? What do we got? What do we know? What are you willing to tell us right now?
Man, you know what I'm saying? I don't like to get in front of artists, so I got to call.
You
Dream
are the
out
artist.
here.
Call
You know,
yourself.
Call him
Yeah,
up.
exactly,
Call him
right?
up.
Let me call Dream out here, see what he got to say about this. I'm trying to make sure that I have something before my birthday.
Which is
Not trying, I will.
Well, he's you said Virgo earlier, so
Okay,
was
okay.
that August, September?
September, yeah. Yeah, you'll have something.
So something, a single, you mean, not an album?
no,
Album.
an album.
Album.
Yeah,
complete. Okay.
yeah, I got stuff to say.
How long has it been?
My major, at my last album that I cut, that would be mainstream, would be Foreplay, which was in 2013.
Wow. That's 13 freaking years, bro.
And this is going to be called Love Hate 2?
Hey, man, where you getting all this information
Wait, what are you
from?
doing? You want that out there? You're getting ahead of the artist. You're getting ahead of the artist.
I can't ask the questions.
Well, but that was loaded. That was loaded.
That was
It's called Love Hate
loaded.
2?
I think it's called Love Hate 2. Is it Love Hate 2?
It's called LoveHate too.
But
Yeah.
no, but the reason
It's not a country album.
no, but the reason I ask is because Love Hate was chocked full of hits and vibes and energies and up tempos and I mean, let me pull up the track.
Yeah, we're going back to shoot some of those videos from that album, actually.
From the first one?
Yeah, first one, second one too. Love versus Money. I was busy. I was feeling good.
I mean, you were on a run, bro.
I was feeling good. I'm still jogging too.
No, Ebro, it starts with Shawty's the shit.
Yep.
And I love your girl back to back. That's out of the gate.
But then don't forget Nicki,
Oh, Nicki's in.
Falsetto,
Woo!
I mean,
ditch that.
No, listen, you were in a place right now.
Yeah.
So, and the reason I bring up those records is because you have Prince influence. You have
Absolutely.
dance influence.
Absolutely.
And so that's why I'm asking about this album, because I think you're telling us that you're trying to get us back in that bag.
Yeah, those things that came to mind over the whole time while I was working on a lot of other things, of course, and fulfilling, I feel like, the duty of making sure other dreams got to a certain space. I never wanted to be an artist. That was never my thing. I wasn't trying to be on TV. Like, that wasn't my shit. My thing was musically, knowing from a songwriter standpoint, there were songs that get written that stay in your hard drive that no one will ever hear again. And I got petrified that the idea that something like Fancy would never be heard if I was waiting on an artist to understand it and actually cut it. It definitely wouldn't be a 6 minute and something song.
Right.
They would chop that joint down like, yo, this gonna be the hook,
3:15.
right?
This joint is 3:13.
Yeah, man, no, 2:30 these days.
2:30.
And so things like that, where I was able to express myself and be and kind of just put it on display. I didn't care whether it went gold or not, or platinum or whatever it was. I knew it was set a different standard after we did it. And just watching, especially Falsetto, that was the one. Everybody think is something. Falsetto was the one that turned this kind of seemingly could be gimmicky Dreams getting an album because he's writing these hit records for XYZ. Falsetto was the one that said, oh shit, no, he knows how to make fucking records.
Yeah.
And that changed. And I remember even my album sales per week was changing based off of that one single.
Oh,
Yeah.
What was the
25,000 a week? And
When-
off a R&B single.
what was the order of singles from the album again? Shawty's the shit's first, right?
Yes. And so Falsetto came second.
Falsetto second.
And I had to fight. Shout out to LA. Had to fight LA. I remember being in Cali, and LA called and said, I Love Your Girl's next. I was like, why? It's like, because the Bay is killing it right now. It's going crazy. By the way, I Love Your Girl didn't have Jeezy on it at first.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, I hear what you're saying, but if we put that record out, people are not going to understand how deep the well is. I was like, so I can't go with that. So we got to figure some shit out, man. I was like, Falsetto's it's the first time I really pulled some artist shit on anybody. Usually I'm cool, all my shit's going to work. I wanted that to work in a particular order.
Right.
What do you mean I Love Your Girl wouldn't have let them know how deep the well was?
It's too easy.
It's too easy.
not
It
that
was a
complex.
basic record. It's okay.
It's not that complex. It's simple. It's simple is hard to do, but it's not what Falsetto is musically. Like just the arrangement, the mix that had to go into it. It's a lot of work put into that record where you can kind of look at I Love Your Girl and be like, oh, well, I can do that. Even if you couldn't, you can say it. Falsetto's not a record you could just be like, oh, cool, I'm going to go just whip one.
No, you got to.
So that was my whole thing.
But also, we shouldn't act. I mean, even though it's a very fun song, we can't act like we'd really heard "Shawty Is the Shit" before either. That's a pretty unique. If you were to explain that song to someone,
Keep talking your shit, bro.
the way it starts, the way it starts
this?
though, from the piano at the beginning,
Los.
it's very interesting. It comes off like a record that's gonna be like completely silly, but it's not. Like it's got layers. That's an onion. There's layers to Shawty's
Well,
the
I
shit
think
too.
that's the magic of his songwriting and why he's been around for what? We talking about 19 years you've been doing this?
Shit. Well, my first real cut was B2K's Everything, which was in 2002.
Yeah, so.
That's your first one.
Yeah.
And how much later are we now with LoveHate? 5 years later, like 07, something like that?
Yeah.
How often do people reference You Should Tip Her?
Oh, man.
Is that like that's talked about all the time, right?
Oh, man. What?
Every day.
Yeah, if I pass by anybody if they see me out, if it's a group of girls that are like, you tipping today? I'm like, no, not today. That was last night.
Does your wife ever make this joke? Does she ever demand to be tipped?
No, she doesn't. Babe, why you don't?
He said it on the record.
She's like, I don't have to demand to be tipped because I'm getting tipped all the time. Here's a tip.
When you're working on your own projects, do you completely lock in? And because I could imagine everyone wants a dream record. And
man.
if you stop and work on everybody else's stuff, you're never gonna get your project done. So do you completely
That's why I
lock
haven't
in?
really. Yeah, it's that family.
That's why he
is
came up
certain
here
things.
today, so I stopped calling him. Get me off his back. And then he going to miss the August, September date, and I'm going to have to call him again.
First of all, I'm not missing no date.
Okay, here we go.
But yeah, I have to. It's a different mind. One,
Right.
two, you go because I'm first from the service industry. Like that's what I feel like songwriting and producing is. Like is serving the purpose of somebody else's dreams and what they're trying to become. So I just become them, and try to get into a space where I understand fully the ice cream they're trying to sell to the customer. Mm-hmm. And once I'm in that, I do know though that myself personally, I'm a different thing, you know, and who I want to talk to or what my conversation would be if we're just talking about from me. You know, we're all individuals. And it'd be like if me and Ebro made a record. Even if he didn't do anything, his name being on it, it would sound a certain type of way. It's his particular sound, how he wanted to do it, regardless of the words that would go into it. And so, yeah, it's I have to carve out room for myself, but it's been a fight. Like I've had to fight to get back to this place of myself. Because it's not really, the music part isn't really hard. It's the fight to understand and to not want to give something away.
Right. And I can imagine doing stuff for other people, in a sense, might be easier than working for yourself.
No, that's not true.
Okay.
Yeah, I wish I was working for myself all the time. I just said this yesterday. We were talking about Usher hit me in the middle of a session I was having for my record in the middle of the night, and he's like, "Yo, I'm in Milan. Let's go." And I'm like, "Let's go where?" Let's go. I'm doing these crunches. I was like, it was not real crunches, but okay, cool. I get what you're saying. In my life, if it could have just been just musically about me the whole time, of course, there's a whole different thing. And I was just basically chubby shaming myself. The fact that I don't have the type of time that Usher has to like just, I'm going to get in shape. I'm like, I got 98 artists I'm working on at one time. Right. You find the time for me and I'll do it. I swear, I will definitely do all the sit-ups, but today is not happening. And that same carve out of time and me realizing I had to fight with him because it was in that we're doing together, me and Ush. And I said, "No, bro, not today. Don't call that." I was like, I'm the one.
You got to draw those boundaries.
Send the fucking vocal over here for me.
Yeah,
while we're at it. Yeah, while we're at it, send me a fucking vocal.
Now let me ask the question though. Apply to Beyonce as well, or if Beyonce were to call, or would she know?
I'm praying she don't right now.
So, because you would say yeah, you if she says we're doing crunches,
I'm praying she's stockpiled
and good to go. Because you are dropping it. That's the point I'm trying. Like you got to drop it and go. If Beyonce is like, "Hey, we got to get
that's what makes it hard.
So, but
only
now,
for B.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, hold up now.
I wouldn't do that to my team. though. I got a Shunna up in here, man. I haven't worked with a Shunna since like.
He trying to gloss over. He trying to gloss over. He didn't think I caught it.
What?
He said, "I hope she's stockpiled."
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many joints y'all got?
Well, I mean, but don't we know that? We know?
But stockpile means that there's things that have already recently been cooked.
That's how I take it too.
Not like, she's
The
got
dishes-
stuff from
the
way
dishes
back
Say on
when.
this show, I'll tell you that much.
See, this is why you want to. You're gonna ruin it. Let's just let things be. No pun intended. You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
setup for not letting it be. So you keep going.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you think we work, right?
Yeah,
It's like, don't worry, good cop, bad cop.
bad cop.
There you go.
Yeah, no, stockpile, what I meant by that is just we've over time done
A lot of stuff.
But but just not recently ready.
I can't recall.
It's so much.
It's so much going on.
But it is interesting you mentioned the thing of being in service to people because, like, it is different, obviously, than being an artist. And you're used to being an artist also where people are working for you and you have people working in service of you from the label, from your assistant, publicist, blah, blah. But when you're a producer for a Beyonce or an Usher or whoever it is, you then take on a role of, obviously you're very respected and you're appreciated, but yeah, you're now helping them.
Yes,
they need
absolutely.
you. That is how is that challenging ego-wise at all? To be like, hey, I'm the dream, but now it's like I need to kind of run and help someone else.
And you have to deliver at a very high quality.
Right, and you got to deliver
at a high clip, right?
Yeah.
No, there's no, for some reason, I feel like the ego thing was crushed a long time ago, and not in a bad way. I don't look at myself as, hey, I'm the dream, and let me show you. I got shit to do. It's all mines at the end of the day. I just feel like it's all mines and a part of what my being is, instead of it being an individual carve-out of this thing that I do, as an artist. So, yeah, I never feel too perplexed in that way.
Quick question: How many Grammys do you have? How many?
9.
9 Grammys. And nominated with the Clipse on.
Clipse on.
Yep.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Which I'm so proud of them guys, man.
Right? I think we
Those
all
my
are.
brothers, man.
So
Those
happy
my
for them.
brothers, man. I don't care what they say, man. You want your statues, however they come. We understand that most of this life is fixed.
Yeah.
You still want your money though, right?
That's right.
Same thing. Run me all the trophies
All
I'm
of
supposed to get. Run me them numbs back too.
Mm.
Like I want all of them.
Yeah, the nominations add up too, right?
Nominations add up too, man. I think, yeah, we up to like 23, something like that.
23.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Wait, when you came in here, you complimented Ebro's vintage watch. Right?
Yes.
So
Hey.
okay, just a compliment, but I can imagine as
Don't
you
put
know,
it up, put it back
Rosenberg
up
and
there.
I'm more retired than Rosenberg, but we'd like to collect memorabilia. Like, what's your most like prized possession that you have?
Good question.
Ooh, listen.
Like, cause I know you got things.
Wow.
That you can put in a museum.
I think to be most prized and something I love at the same time, I have a SLS Black Series in Sunbeam Yellow 2014. And it's not that many of them. Yeah, he's finna look that
How many?
right
I'm like,
now.
how many?
He's checking. Ebro's checking. So
Running the Google.
And I don't know how many more is here in the States. I know Mark
Okay.
Wahlberg has one though.
All right.
It's that's one of my
Yeah.
yes.
And you said you got it in the yellow.
Yeah.
This one.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
that thing
okay.
right there.
But what about
band.
music? What about music
With the
memorabilia?
doors
though?
that go up.
You know what I mean?
yeah, did you keep any crazy music memorabilia?
Yeah.
Not really.
No, no, like reels or like
I'm too busy creating it, guys. I'm trying to
Yeah.
create memorabilia.
in the moment.
Yeah, this is my kids are gonna be so happy when I'm gone.
And by the way, this
Well,
is
I don't think that's. I don't
I
think
like
that's.
saying it like that.
I-
'cause I love that
No.
reaction.
no.
It's like they're gonna be so happy. Like, man, we love Dad, but
man.
woo, everything must go. Let's get it.
Yeah, and this mail, but then they're still going to take the trips to the mailbox. That never goes away.
Yeah, well, I hope they understand that part. They'll
You-
just
is
auction
it still
off.
to the mailbox or you log into an account?
Man, I'm so country. I'm so
You like
still
that
like
check.
the mailbox.
check, cash, and I just sent my daughter some cash, and she lost her. Baby, can you pull that up on your phone so I can show this team, this girl? I was like, oh yeah, that's my kid. I knew it was my kid. As soon as I
Wait,
saw
why?
her
What do you mean?
reaction, she just turned 16. Violet did.
And you gave her cash.
Yes, and her reaction, the best thing ever. I was like, yep, that's me. You got
Old school.
You're running.
My wife is like that too. If she finds some money in like clothes in the house, super $5. She find $5.
It's a bonus.
Yes.
No,
that's-
excited. bro.
yes. You're like, yes. Oh my God.
I'm like, who still cares about spending a $5 bill?
You just feel lucky. like
just
it's, you know.
it's tangible.
Yeah.
It's how I feel like it's how vinyls were done. You got it.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Oh, my little baby right there.
Well, what's the best way for us to show this video, Bascom, besides send it to you?
That's,
Look, she's so excited.
Aw.
Here it come. Here it come. Watch my baby.
Is it a knot?
Yeah,
That's just a
stack.
knot?
It's a stack of
With
money.
rubber bands on.
She's dancing.
By the way, she's never like this. That's
Yeah.
my baby right there.
Well, by the way, that's really cool though, because that's what someone should do when they get handed a knot of money. And if you had not raised her right, then she'd be
She wouldn't
like,
know what that is.
or she'd just be like, all right, great, thanks.
right.
You know what I mean?
But that right there, that's DNA.
Yeah,
You're the same way.
That's DNA right
it's
there.
in there.
Yeah.
What's the wait? This is our favorite question. What is the number one mailbox trip for the dream?
I don't know.
Umbrella.
I would hope I haven't done it yet. I got a couple stocks and stuff working. I feel like
Yeah, that's different though, because umbrella's big.
I don't know about that.
I mean, it's different. You know, I'm trying to say
Ain't
from
nothing
your.
like when some stocks do a thing and you just pull some out. You're like, yo, send that.
He's stunting on us
Over
right
here.
now.
By the
We
way,
don't want to talk about them
see what happens.
big hits.
any calls from Ree lately?
Man, if I got a big, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something right now. Everybody can talk about what they gonna do once they hear the B.
No.
We would not even be here. Y'all would be with me, but we wouldn't be here. I'd be like, Ebro, Yo, man, come in. I need you to come do an interview.
Yeah, right.
Nigga, please. I'm not coming up there. But you can come down here.
Yeah,
What
that's right.
island is this? I don't know what island this is. It's just somewhere. We're just bring you one set of clothes. Don't even worry about it.
Don't even worry about it.
Don't
Get a
even
whole new
worry about
wardrobe
it.
down there.
Stop asking about Reed because I understand. I get it. This shit is already hard enough.
Have you
She can do whatever she want to do and take how much.
Shout
Yeah,
to-
my sister can take how much time she want. She can be 69 by the time she comes
She
out.
might be.
And I
she
get
might,
it.
yes.
I get it too.
She's stockpiled too, though.
I enjoy watching her live her life to
See?
the fullest
See,
with her
so I
kids,
can't
but I
just
heard
go
that. I heard that too.
Can't go over it. Stockpile.
You know what's on the list?
I hope nobody thinks that Reed doesn't have hits over there.
Oh, we know. She's had different projects.
I'm
But
just-
no, wait,
I'm
hold
just
up,
saying.
hold up. But you
And she's one of the
understand.
best A&Rs ever, by the way. Reed
Can't wait.
knows exactly what that thing sound like. She
But
just
you also
knows.
have to understand that piece right there is why people are like, "Where's the music at?" Because they know.
And that's
there's
why I'm trying to
super
let.
hits in
That's why I'm
there.
trying to get into everybody's real natural Negro spirit and let
Tap
them
it in.
understand. This is how you know that this is a good test whether you know melanin is running through your body at some point. If it's in there, you just think about a billion, and you say, "Hey, go to work," and you're like,
Not happening.
"Boy, stop! Not going to work."
So
By
many
the way,
things
she
to
may
do.
release a free. I would probably put out free shit forever. It's just be like, yo, man, here you go. I'm not.
Well, is there as being if you're Rihanna or even if you're the Dream?
She
or-
could be thinking a whole different way. By the way, this is my
Right. But this is what you would do.
But even if you're the Dream, the amount of unnecessary stress, let's call it, the amount of work that it actually takes to put out music.
And to be
That's
in
what,
this.
but that's what you're talking about.
And
is-
to be in this, like
Yeah.
people, you can't gloss over the idea that it takes a lot of work. Success lends itself, as happy as you are about it, you go from being super happy about your accomplishments to feeling flat at days, just based on how people respond to your success. When I was young, I would never know the adult thing that happens with success in the music business. I just thought, oh, they made it, and I was happy for them. Like as a kid, you're looking up to them, like, this is crazy. Not thinking about, oh, there's media shit you're dealing with. There's this thing, there's that. It was like, oh man,
Being
that
away
could be
from
a
your
horrible-
family,
and
not
the family
getting
thing is a
sleep.
whole. That's a whole other thing. Your health.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these things come into play that you don't see looking up at it, and once you get in it, especially now, it's like 1 billion songs that get uploaded a day. You know, like how many of them really care about music?
That's right.
How many people are really hustling?
Right.
You know, so it's like dropping somebody like me who started in music playing the trumpet in the 3rd grade in a pool of hustlers. I gotta watch now everybody.
Wow, you played the trumpet too?
Yes.
Pooh Bear played the trumpet too.
Yeah. I know. So did Quincy Jones.
So did Quincy Jones.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch Quincy.
For
But
what?
anyway, it's a whole nother thing.
Catch Quincy for
But-
what now?
I'm talking about the
How old were
Grammy total.
Oh, Grammy total.
Grammy total. Quincy did Thriller. He was how old?
50.
Dreams 35.
I'm 48.
Oh, you 48?
Yeah, but I look
so you gotta do
35, though.
You gotta do Thriller.
That's my
You
point.
got 24 months.
Oh man, I
Figure it out. Let's go.
easy. Easy.
You know when you look on
B, you heard him?
when you,
No, but go ahead.
when
She
you look
stockpiled.
when you look on the Wikipedia for your writing credits. Can any of you guys tell me what is next? What's right before? Because it's alphabetical order.
Okay.
What's right before Umbrella?
Right before Umbrella. Alphabetical order.
It's gonna be like it. You're not gonna remember it. That's why I'm asking because
All right,
it's
go, hit
fun.
me with it.
But once I say it, it's you. Oh,
Well,
man.
so I had to go through the alphabet first of all because I didn't
That's
even
tough.
remember the letter before you.
But what if it's the same letter?
Oh yeah.
What if it's the same letter as Umbrella?
I have no idea. What is it?
Ultralight beam.
Wow. Yeah.
What'd you do on Ultralight beam?
Okay.
I was on that song as an artist.
Yeah, you it's like you're like the like just melodic sort of backgroundy.
No.
The whole
It's-
full on.
it's
This is an
there.
ultralight beam. The whole.
I forgot exactly the part. This has been a long time since I played that record. That's the other thing about me, man. You asked me about a record.
I don't remember.
You
What?
made too many
I
records,
make too
bro.
many records.
It's so crazy.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's bad. That's what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get everybody around me. It's like, hey man, I need y'all to keep track of this. Don't be waiting until I'm gone.
But also,
Did he do this?
like,
Yes, I did it.
but also like creative. Like you were talking about being in the services industry and serving other people, but you invited me into the art school you go to.
Oh yeah, SCAD.
SCAD.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And allowed me to sit with the kids and the whole
I
thing.
just brought Pharrell.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Where is SCAD?
SCAD is in Atlanta.
In Atlanta.
Yeah.
It's Savannah College of Art and Design.
Okay.
Shout out SCAD.
Yeah.
It's my school right now.
But you're heavy, even
my
in
joint.
that of making clothes, and that desire is also to serve people, right? Like that's
every, like I said, when I say art, it's because I still see music as that.
That's right.
You
It
know,
is.
even though it's more so pitched like a dope game, but that's art, fashion, cars, like these things, like just even the iPhone and the way it's built when it dropped in 07. You gotta understand, 07 was of course the year LoveHate came out, but also the iPhone debuted that year. That's art to me. Just it changed everything and how we feel about connectivity in that way of a cell phone.
Yeah.
And so it's room design. Like I have these things going through my brain. I can't stop them. This is why I can't sleep. There's so many things to do.
many ideas.
And you know, you start to understand as you get further along in life, you're not going to have enough time to do them. And then that's the thing that's humbling, is that no matter how many ideas you have, you're not going to have enough time on earth to get them out.
Well, in August, September,
I'm going to get that.
this
thing.
most recent
some out.
idea, LoveHate 2.
It might be before that, just saying. It may be imminent.
Man, don't change it up, man. We had a plan, man. Yo, y'all give it up for my guy to dream one time, man.
It's crazy, man.
I mean, because he did. This is what happens when you make a lot of money. You can change calendar. You can change time. He can actually change the space-time continuum. Now.
Wow.
That's right.
He's like Doc Brown.
That's right.
That's why he's
Like
drinking
quantum, yeah.
Louis
Quantum
the
theory.
13th, Louis the 8th, all in the same
All
bottle.
in the same bottle.
It's like Louis the First right now. It's almost gone.
It's almost gone.
Almost gone.
No, we love you, brother. Thank you for blessing us
love you
today,
back.
man. Coming through and having
I'm supposed
fun
to be
with
back
us.
in 30 days, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm back in 30.
Yeah, we're gonna see. The team over at Apple Music has heard the album.
Oh, yeah.
Or is it now? Did they hear a finished version?
So here you go, man.
Now he's
I
getting
like
up.
what y'all did with the
No, it's nice. Like,
love this. It's amazing in here.